We know life is not fair for all of us. There are children dying in the mother's womb due to various medical reasons, accidents, abortions. There are children dying just after being born. There are children dying in infancy or childhood due to ill health, disasters, killings. Let's see what atheists, Islam and Sanathana Dharma have to say about this.
What do atheists have to say regarding the justice or the lack of justice when a child or baby dies? To understand this, let's look at the picture. Initially above, you can see the case of a person with an average lifespan who has lived mostly a healthy life. And below, you can see the case of a baby or a child who died without living a complete life. The baby or child gets to live only once. There is no life before and no more chances of being born again. And they are dead forever, unable to live a full life when a lot of others are able to. This is the case of millions of kids who have died in the past, dying even now, and might die in the future. Of course, medical and healthcare facilities and post-birth care should be increased to avoid infant mortality. But that will not deliver justice to the babies who have already died in the past and also to the children who might die due to uncontrollable circumstances or natural calamities in the present and the future.
Atheists also ignore or are quick to believe that there is no universal justice in the form of karma, multiple births and moksha because they say there is no visual evidence for it yet. Certain anti-spiritual atheists never admit that they don't know or that there may or may not be rebirths. They totally dismiss the idea of karma, rebirths and universal justice carrying over to future lives.
So according to non-spiritual atheism, a baby or child who has died will never get justice. Now, what about the religion of Islam? What does Islam say about baby or child deaths? According to Islam, in order to be sent to heaven, one must follow 5 pillars and 6 imams laid out by Islam, which is a religion created by Muhammad. To understand what Islam says, let's look at the picture. Above is the case of a person with an average lifespan. Let's say this person can be tested on 5 pillars in Islam and the 6 imams. But what about the baby or child in the case below? On what basis will the baby or child be tested to be sent to heaven or hell? A baby who died in the womb or who is a year old or little child will definitely not have gotten the circumstances to adhere to the tenets of Islam. So, will it be sent to the hell? If so, isn't that so cruel? When people question Islamist propagators or clerics with this obvious farce that is Islam, to escape, they say that in the case of kids who die early, if they are born to Muslim parents, they will be sent to heaven directly. Else, that is, if they are born to parents following any other religions, for example, Hinduism or Christianity, they will be sent to hell. Imagine how dumb and cruel this is. Who decides whether someone is born to Muslim or non-Muslim parents? According to Islam, that is the 6th Iman, everything is predestined by Allah, isn't it? When confronted with this farce of Islam as another escapist alternative, these Islamists say that all kids who die early go directly to heaven without having to undergo judgment. Again, how absurd is that? Some will have to live a long life, face the tribulations and trials, go through ups and downs of life, and be judged based on 5 pillars and 6 imams of Islam, and based on that, some will be pushed to eternal hell and some will go to heaven. Whereas others who die very soon, let's say 1 month old, 6 month old, those who die in the womb, etc., go directly to heaven without a judgment. then isn't it better that everyone die at a young age? This again exposes the absurdity of Islam and Islamists.
Also, what is a baby going to do in heaven? As per the Quran, heaven has 72 huris, flowing streams of alcohol, and all other adult oriented pleasures. Muhammad created a god concept, Allah. He stole the name from the pre Islamic Arab deity of the Quraysh clan. Muhammad falsely claimed that this made up concept of God spoke to him. Muhammad just fooled the people for his personal and political gain. His main target was young adults, both men and women. Whatever he wanted people to do, he said Allah commanded it. If you obey it, you will go to heaven. If you don't obey it, you will go to hell. He employs the reward of pleasures in heaven and the fear of torture in hell to bring more people into the religion and to prevent people from leaving the religion.
In spite of the three versions that Islamists give, and the concept of eternal heaven and hell based on the blind belief in Islam just after one life, Islam doesn't provide justice for millions of dead babies and children. What does Sanathana Dharma have to say about justice when a child or a baby dies?
According to Sanatana Dharma, each individual has multiple lives. One has lived before and he shall live again. Death is not the end of everything. The picture on top depicts a person with an average lifespan. And depicted below in the picture is a baby or child with shorter lifespan who dies before living a full life, either in the mother's womb itself due to miscarriages, abortions, death of the mother, or in infancy or childhood due to health ailments or various other reasons. According to Sanatana Dharma, there is hope because although the child is dead physically, the Jivatma of the child shall be reborn again, which shall be determined by the balance sheet of its karmas. That is, the individual gets a chance to live again. Each individual, living and material, evolve successively into higher consciousness over millions of years through material, primitive organisms, plant, animal, and human consciousness over multiple births. Because the quest of every soul or Jivatma is to attain the state of Sat, Chit, Ananda, that is, the ever existent, ever conscious, and ever blissful state, it will be reborn multiple times based on the balance sheet of its karmas until it reaches that state. Unlike Islam and other Semitic concepts, nobody is pushed to an eternal hell. They'll be reborn again and again until they evolve into godliness. Everybody attains the state of Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just the paths, the number of lives or nature of lives differ due to their individual karmas. To show your support, please like, share, and subscribe.